What's up, YouTube? This is Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about my very first delivery was Shipt. Happened Tuesday night, just a couple nights ago, and completely, totally unexpected. Was not planning to do any kind of gig work Tuesday. I worked my W-2. Probably got off at I don't know what time it was, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, something like that. Come home. My wife and I had just finished eating dinner. We were just kind of laying down watching Olympics coverage, and like the prime time stuff didn't start until 8 o'clock. So we were just watching other channels and like events that were, not really as interesting as the primetime stuff, and just, kind of sitting around bored. I pulled up the app, just kind of took a look at the offers, and then screenshot here. So I saw this Target order for $6.29, only one item, and you see here that it was a prepaid, so it didn't have to pay for it. And I pull up the map, and everything was taking place here in Zone. The pickup, the delivery, all in Grove City. And I asked my wife, I was like, well, would you want to go with me to do an order? Just to, we weren't busy, obviously. And just to try it out, just for the experience, and do a shipped order. And she was up for it. She's like, hey, why not? So I go ahead and accept this. And again, the pay on, I know it's low pay, but this was more about the experience. And sometimes on stuff like this, I kind of look at it as if well, what if in between the action, the stuff we were watching on TV, what if we wanted to run out to the store and get something for ourselves, and we're just running out to run an errand? That's kind of like how I look at it, almost. But it was primarily for the experience. Okay, so here is the one item, kind of interesting. This Lego's London telephone booth. And at first and of course you can see the shopping list before you even accept the order. So I think that's a good thing. And I was a little bit concerned about this. Traditionally in the past with DoorDash, I have not had I've if I had to put a number on it, like, I don't shop for a whole lot of toys, but it occasionally happens. And I probably just have maybe like a 50-50 success rate with the toy department. I'd say just about half the time I can't find the specific, Legos, for instance. They might have like 50, or there might be like 100 different SKUs of Legos that a typical Target is supposed to carry, and they'll have, like, out of those 100 things that could be on the shelf, 60 things are on the shelf. It's, I kind of get the sense it's that type of thing with any toy department, any store. So it's a little bit concerned, but here's how I looked at this. Well, if I don't find this and have to mess around with a substitution or what, well, then that'll be like part of the experience as well. I'll get, if that happens, then I'll see what substitutions are like and how that works on this app, and this will be a good learning experience. So I went ahead and took the order. So we get to Target, and this aisle location, this E29 on this screenshot, had no problems finding that. My wife found the aisle number. And so we get in the aisle, we're looking, and I'm the winner as far as who found the item first. We're both looking and walking up and down that aisle, and I was the first to find it. So I beat her. So it was on the top shelf. Um, this thing cost over $100, and you'll see that in the upcoming screenshot. And then before I get to these instructions here, so I found the item and I hit a like item found or whatever the button said. I didn't take a screenshot of this. Then like my camera pulls up with a window to take a picture, but the app did not say whatsoever what I was supposed to be taking a picture of. At first I tried to put the whole product in the, because sometimes with DoorDash, you're taking pictures either of the barcode or of the whole item. When the barcode doesn't match, I try to take a picture of the whole item first, and nothing was happening with the camera. So then we tried the barcode, and that's what it was wanting, was a picture of the barcode. But it would have been kind of nice to have like a little, some type of message or something at the very top, like scan the barcode. How hard is that? But I don't know. That's just for me, just kind of like a little, I guess, a nitpicky complaint about it. So we had our item scan, and now following these instructions, so basically head to the self checkout, and then I don't have to pay. Payment's already needed. Okay. Next screenshot, find a self checkout attendant. We did. Got up there, got to a register, and then I got the self checkout attendant's attention. He comes over, tell him I got a prepaid Shipt. He goes over to talk to somebody else, a manager or somebody else, and comes back to me and tells me that we actually need to go to the customer service desk. And so already I'm not sure that I'm liking this. First of all, you know, I don't know about this whole prepaid thing. The fact that you have to get with a staff member, that's kind of that's kind of a little bit bad for me, or a little bit worrisome, because if I had a preference, would be that I just pay for, like I do with DoorDash. I always pay for the orders with my red card. A lot of times, in a lot of cases, I can go right to a self-checkout machine, do everything myself without having to worry about going to a worker. Well, with an order like this, where you have to get with a worker, and there's a long line, the store is busy, and now you're telling me, like at Target, the procedure is I have to go to a customer service desk. Um, Folks, I've talked about this before. I'm hundreds of years old, and I've been around the block a million times in my life, and I've walked up to a customer service desk countless times in my lifetime, and have almost never, that I can ever think of, unless there's some memory that's buried away in my brain that I can't pull up right now, I have never in my life had any kind of success with trying to go to a customer service desk. Except, ironically, for this order. First time in my life. Seriously. There was nobody standing there. There was nobody at that desk, and two customer service associates at that desk, and my wife and I just walked up to there and got assistance. But otherwise, there's always somebody there at a service desk, always, and the customers always have some kind of story to tell. It's for the simplest of customer service transactions. Sorry about the rant here, but I can't help it, guys. I got a rant here on something. I'm sorry. I apologize. For the simplest of transactions, there's always some kind of story, and it always turns out to be a longer procedure than it has to be. And you're just standing there behind these other customers, and you're like, oh, I got this simplest thing that needs to be done. Can't I just get up to the desk here? So he, so I don't like it at all. I don't like that at all if I have to go to service desks for orders like this. I'll say it for the 100th time in this video. I do not like that at all. But I would probably treat it the same as DoorDash orders. If I've talked about Giant Eagle in the past, if I go up there and there's and it's happened to me before. It's happened at Target. It's happened at Giant Eagle to me before, where they self checkouts are down, or you can't use self checkouts, and there's one lane open with one cashier and a line of like 12 people. I don't even bother. I set my shopping cart or item off to the side, drop the order, and head out. And live to do a order another day. And now I don't know the cancellation and dropping orders procedures with Shipt yet, but I will drop the orders if it comes to. I'm not waiting 45 minutes on these low paying orders to check out with something. Not doing it. So show the digital receipt, which I did to the self checkout. They scanned it. And then after the audit is complete, bag the items and leave it to deliver. So they pointed us where some bags were. We put the item in a bag and off we went. This next screenshot. So there's the barcode that they scanned, and there's the dollar amount on this. You might as well say $125 for those that Lego set. Crazy. So we go to the customer. Now, another thing that I didn't like is when I got to the car and clicked on the address to begin navigation, and I haven't gone back into the settings yet to see if I can change this, but in a separate window, it pulled up on my phone Apple Maps for the navigation, and that's what I followed. I don't like that. I like with DoorDash, it's Google Maps, and I stay within the app for the navigation. It doesn't open a separate window. And I talked about a couple videos ago, I talked about this roundabout that's closed for like 3 weeks in our area. I went a separate way. I saw the proximity of where the customer was before I headed out from the parking lot, and I should have looked at the details I should have pulled up the full details of the route first before I started driving away. I didn't, so that was a mistake on my part. But when I was getting off the interstate, I just assumed that it was going to by turning a certain way, it was going to have me potentially go to this roundabout. So I turned a different direction and went a different route than GPS was going to have me go. Is probably right about the same amount of mileage, though, anyway. And then a interesting story is when I got this was supposed to be a drop off. I forgot to mention at the start of this video, I was dressed kind of similar to this, right? I had a sleeveless t-shirt on just like this. I had athletic shorts. I was not planning on making any kind of deliveries. So we just accepted this order and off I went. I didn't even change. And I would normally not never made deliveries like looking like this with like a sleeveless shirt. But I figured this was going to be a drop off and no big deal. The customer's probably not going to see me or whatever, so I'm not too worried about it. It's a drop off order. Um, we get to the delivery address and there's a guy like sitting on the front step of this house where I'm like, oh, great here. So they're going to see me. And so I go, I get out of the car, I hand the guy the order. Now this isn't the person who placed the order though. I think it was like his one of his kids or something. He didn't even know what this order was. What the he like I give him the bag and he looks at it. He's like, Lego set. And he starts shaking his head. He's like, these kids. So it was kind of funny. And then I wasn't sure what, that I told the guy it was my very first delivery and he was patient with me when I was going through the remaining steps. I wasn't sure what was going to be signature or anything like that. It mainly just asked for a picture. So I took the picture and that was about it. Order delivered, we drove away and that was it. So I ended up putting all total. Now this is from my garage back to the garage, 16 miles on the car for $6 and and start to finish 49 minutes. So $6 and almost an hour's worth of work. And this final screenshot I just took this morning. I had somebody comment on my last Shipt video, said that the offer amount that you see does not include a tip, and a tip could come a day or two later. A tip could come like a week later. You don't know. And I that's another thing about this app. I do not like that whatsoever. You're taking, if you're if you got you take a lower paying offer and you're kind of got your fingers crossed, well, this is a low offer, but I'll probably get a tip on this. And yeah, it's just, to me, that's just like way too risky. I don't like it. I don't think this setup is very good at all. But this final screenshot here I took just before starting this video. So this is current up to the minute. Still showing $6.29 and zero tip. So, and it was I know that it was a kid that ordered it. So, I don't know. Kids probably aren't going to tip, probably. I wouldn't think. I can't, I don't know. I wasn't ordering stuff like this when, of course, we didn't have anything like this when I was a kid. I don't know if I would have tipped or not as a little kid. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, so that's it for the first order. Let's see what's on there right now for just to see. If I can, available orders. So, and again, every order I've seen, now there's four more orders here on here right now, and everything I've seen so far, and I've seen a regular amount of orders on here, and nothing is an order that I would normally take on DoorDash. None of these. Okay, these, here we go. I guess this isn't too bad. This Hilliard order, $11.37 for just one item. Estimated time 42 minutes. I mean, that's one of the best offers I've seen on here actually. Here's another $6. $6, four items, 21 minutes. Okay, so there's those two. And then we got one more, or okay, what's this, New Albany? $7.66. Again, kind of junky. And then $6. That was the Whitehall, $6, four items. Now I don't have my physical card yet. I don't know what they call, DoorDash is the red card. I don't even know what they call their card, but they're, sorry about the dog, but the physical card I don't have yet. It's on its way. So maybe different orders will start to come up when I have that card. We'll see. I guess I have to shut the video down because of the dog, but that is it for now. As always, make sure to be safe driving out there, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.